Colin Bartie, and welcome to the Captain's Vlog.
Jehovah said, Abraham said, here I am. He said, take your son, your only son, to a place called Moriah. There burn him as an offering, so I will know your love is for me and only me. I am your Lord above. Abraham fell from God's in a choke, God's in a choke, God's in a choke. Abraham fell from God's in a choke, says the Gabriel break his smile.
Today here at the Captain's Vlog once more with Eddy Hanson, a real insider for the Captain's Vlog, because not only is he a musician here, a fiddle player, he is a barman, and if you've been in the Captain's at all, you'll know Eddy. Tell us a bit about your background, Eddy, how you come to be here.
Well, I was born in England, down in Yorkshire, and after moving around a bit, I came up here a few years ago, 28, and basically fell in love with Edinburgh and with the folk session fraternity as well.
Yeah, it's quite a common story that a number of people who have come here and just fall in love with the place and love it, and particular about the bar, about Captain's itself, just the music, clientele.
The Captain's is a very special place. I mean, for the last 8 years since Pamela took over, it's become a folk music session venue. So it's a place where people can not just get together and make friends, have a good chat and everything, but also they can share music. They can learn new tunes from each other, new songs from each other. They can find a new way of doing songs that they already know by bouncing the ideas off other musicians as well. Plus, if you actually are playing in a session environment, you get to learn from the other musicians what's right and what's wrong, and also you get the benefit of playing in front of an audience as well. So, like in the old-fashioned days, what we do here is we make our own entertainment for ourselves.
So we took his son and servants, his donkey to carry the wood, and a knife to make the sacrifice, because God to man and blood. But Isaac, he said, Father, for far we've got wood, but where's the ram to sacrifice? We shall do Jehovah good. Abraham fell from God's in a choke, God's in a choke, God's in a choke. Abraham fell from God's in a choke, says the Gabriel break his smile.
Yes, could you tell us something about the history of the Captain, that 8 years, the transition that the pub's maybe gone through?
Well, yeah, I mean, the Captain's goes back a long way, back to the 1830s. That's when it first became a pub.
Yeah.
Before that was a tailor shop specialising in naval uniforms, specifically captain's uniforms.
Yeah.
See, what would happen was they'd park the ships. Is that a naval term? Park
your ships.
Okay, they'd dock
Down
the
the
ships.
meter.
They'd dock the ships in Leith, and then the crew would get up to what sailors get up to in port, and then the officers would come up here to Edinburgh for high society, and also maybe get a new dress uniform, a few alterations made here in the main bar. That's where the shop was, downstairs in the cellar. Now that's where the tailors were actually billeted down there.
Sweatshop, yeah.
So, but then many years went by, and finally Pamela took over in 8 years ago, as I said, and she immediately turned it from pretty much a very, wouldn't say rough, but spit and sawdust type pub
I remember
into,
it well.
as she did overnight, she got in musicians in.
Yeah.
I never knew that this place, I've lived in Edinburgh, as I say, for 28 years, so I'd just passed this place by and I never even noticed it. Yeah. She sort of said that she wanted me involved in a special project. And so I was one of the original session hosts on the first week here at the Captain's Bar. And she didn't go gradually into this. She got the music in pretty much every night. right away,
first, yeah.
which was quite a commitment, but by goodness it paid off, and here we are today.
Yeah, it's a mecca. Everybody comes here. Everybody wants to come here. We've got people saying, how can we get such and such a CD? And I says, well, come into the session. And I says, well, we're in Madrid. And they're going to come to Edinburgh just to come to Captain's. It's fabulous.
Well, yeah, or can I go and see? Can I go and see or play with a fiddle player or whatever kind of instrument? And you say, just come here.
Yeah, and everybody can join in.
Exactly. Yeah.
Abraham sits and you see
Yeah.
Jehovah.
And your own instrument is
I play the violin and also the fool with equal measure.
yeah, exactly. I'm fascinated sometimes. I see somebody's on and but 1 minute you're behind the bar, next minute I think you're away to the toilet and you're back with
Well, what
the
can I say?
violin and the tune. You're just like,
I mean, the boss likes
it's
to get
infectious.
well. The boss likes to get a money's worth out of his staff, so that's what that
So
goes.
you're 2 for 1.
Pretty much, yeah.
Excellent. Good stuff.
But no, I mean, I get to play with so many different people here,
Yeah.
and that's great. With my musical hat on rather than barman hat,
Yeah.
that's really wonderful because the more people you play with, even if it's the same song that you might have done 1,000 times, the more the faster you learn. Not just the more you learn, but the faster the acceleration rate too.
And if you got a favourite tune or favourite style of playing of music, it's gonna be
Favorite
quite
song
different.
would be the next one. Favorite style, music's music to me.
Music, yeah.
It doesn't matter if it's folk, if it's blues, if it's rock, if it's pop. It's still, music. Music is the same form, basically, for all musicians. We use the same scales, we use the same modes, we use the same time signatures. So, favourite song, the next one.
As long as it gets the feet tapping. Excellent. Good stuff.
Jehovah will provide a lamb for us to sacrifice, to satisfy his cries. So they both piled timber, and the fire was all set. He turned on poor young Isaac, and he bound his arms and legs. But the angel of the Lord called down from where he says, "Oi, Abraham, don't lay your hands on Isaac, and this is why." He said, "Abraham, you fell for God's little joke, God's little joke, God's little joke. Abraham fell for God's little joke." Sings Gabriel break a smile. Abraham fell for God's little joke, God's little joke, God's little joke. Abraham fell for God's little joke. Sings Gabriel break a smile. Ah, 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 ah.